Welcome to the Voiceover Round Table. I'm Em O'Neill.
And I'm Mike Tobin. Every week, we get together to talk about all things voiceover with a special focus on community.
Bringing you in-depth interviews, roundtable discussions, special performance events, and industry-leading guests.
Let's get started. This is the Voiceover Roundtable.
Dude, you have outdone yourself. Oh my God. That was
Are we having fun yet? Well, I hope I didn't freak too many people out. And Darcy's like, what did I sign up for here? Oh. It's like par for the course. Let's go. Let's do it. Have at it. Hey, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to the Voiceover Roundtable. Every week we gather here to talk about all things voiceover and a special focus on you, the voiceover community. I want to say a big thank you to lots of people who've been sharing our events on social media and things like that and helping to grow this lovely group that we have going here. It feels really great to be back. We've got some momentum going. We've had some really great events, and tonight is no exception. But before we tell you about tonight, please welcome the fangs of the operation, the brains of my zombie apocalypse, my amazing co-host, Emma O'Neill.
I swear to God, where he comes up with this stuff, I have no idea, but I love it. I love it. Hello, Michael.
Hi,
hello, Darcy. How is everybody? Hello, everyone in the audience. And I'm seeing some familiar faces, and I'm seeing people who haven't been in this particular room as of yet. So thank you so much.
Oh, yes. Welcome.
Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. It's been a really, really amazing few weeks. Like, you guys, the audience, have been so involved and so eager to participate in this. And that's what makes any of these rooms or any of these events happen and continue, is because of your enthusiasm, because you've been so on. It's so much fun. I'm getting emails from people on a regular basis, whether there's an event happening or not. It's very, very cool to witness community happen. So thank you very much. And Mike?
Yes. I was waiting.
I wanted to welcome Mr. Darcy Smith. Now, I have known Darcy for a little while, for a few years since we went to school together. So like 5 years, maybe 50. I don't know, it's been a while.
Somewhere in between there, maybe.
Somewhere in between. Darcy was a year ahead of me at York University in the theatre program. We were in the acting program. It was awesome. Yeah, we were both destroyed by it, and then we left, and it was fine. Darcy recovered from York, and he is a professor of voice and the creator of vocal combat technique, which is trademarked, a method to help actors create vocally aggressive sounds in the healthiest way possible. He's worked with Riot Games, Ubisoft, 343 Industries, Ninja Theory, and other games, and helped hundreds of actors to go to vocal extremes, including screaming, grunts, growls, etc. And Darcy was invited by the vocal health team for the U.S. Navy in San Diego to find methods to help drill instructors better use their voice. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and tonight, we will be talking about vocal health, we being Darcy and us listening and taking notes. But we're going to focus mainly on creature sounds with some, character thrown in, depending on what you guys want to do.
And I think that's one of the cool things that we've been doing. Darcy, I'm going to let you jump in, but the fact that we're kind of going outside of I'm saying, when I say our, Emma and me and our, some of our usual guests and stuff like that, kind of outside of our wheelhouse on a regular basis, because we don't really play in these creature areas and stuff like that. So it's kind of fun and kind of cool, and it really is fun for the community. Darcy, thank you so much for coming on. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. This is super fun. That was epic. Mike, that was an epic introduction. So this seems like it's your wheelhouse.
We're having a lot of fun here, man. We're having a lot of fun. Like sometimes it's like we're going 80s retro Blade Runner kind of intros, and I'm a former DJ, so we have some fun with it. So it's all good. Darcy, I want to throw something at you. You know, maybe we'll chat a little bit, and obviously we want to get some creatures up on stage tonight. But like one of the things, I was doing some reading, and also something that was mentioned when I was at a conference back in September at VO North in one of the sessions that I did, that the video game industry is on the cusp of topping 300 billion. Now that was with a B, in global revenue annually in the coming years. And that means that there's a lot of work out there for people who do our thing, people who are voice actors. So I was wondering, like, how does creature work figure into, you know, the work that's out there? And maybe you can give the community kind of an idea of what voice actors can do to go after a bigger piece of that pie.
You know, I agree. It's huge. I just recently read that it's now bigger than film, television, and music combined. So it's growing, and it's not going to stop. It's just going to continue to grow. And more there's the intersection that's happening between, you know, television and video games. So it makes sense for actors to diversify what they can do. And especially voice actors, if you are an actor who, you know, does a lot of commercials, that's great. And these are the kinds of actors that I tend to work with the most, because they want to be able to do a video game one day and then be able to record a commercial the next day. And so taking care of your voice while you create these creatures, while you know, if you're screaming, get down, blue on blue, grenade over and over and over again, really knowing how to take care of your voice so that you can survive the next session, whether it's video game or commercial, is super important. So that's the first thing I would say is that just an awareness that this genre, whether you're doing creatures or whether you're doing first-person shooters, that it can be challenging. And so you might have to engage with your voice and your voice practice, and even the way that you create the work that you do in a different manner.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a lot more mindfulness that goes into caring for your instrument, so to speak. We use that term a lot, the instrument, more so than if you're doing regular commercial work or narration. You kind of know, well, I probably shouldn't do more than X amount of hours or X amount, you know, a certain session length. But with this, I mean, you've got to be so mindful that you just don't blow yourself out in one shot.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, it's not just for your own voice. Like, absolutely, that is insanely important that you take care of your own voice, so that it's your moneymaker. It is, you know, it is your body. It is your instrument, as you just said. But also, you know, when I was talking to casting at Riot, they said to me, like, the most frustrating thing for them is that someone auditions with a creature and they love it. They're like, it's epic. It's exactly what we want. And then they get into the session and they can't survive 20 minutes. 20 minutes and their voice is wrecked. Yep. And so that puts them right away in the position. They're like, okay, do we recast? Do we book extra sessions? Like, what do we do? In either way, it just costs them money. So something that I keep saying to actors, and I hope people keep in mind tonight, is that, you know, when you're auditioning for creatures or you're putting together an audition, you're sending it in. You know, someone who used to always say to me, your demo is your promise. Like, whatever you put on your demo, like, make sure it's something that you can roll out of bed more or less and do. Your audition is a promise. You're saying that I can do that voice, and not only can I do that voice, but I could do it for an hour. I could do it for 2 hours.
Yeah. So, I like the way you say that. Your audition is your promise. Your demo is your promise. That's really well said. Awesome.
Yeah.
Emma.
Yes. So, as I said earlier, tonight we're going to focus, Darcy's going to focus mainly on helping you guys create or find your inner creature. So get ready to get wild. But Darcy is a man of many talents. And one of the things that I personally have reached out to Darcy for is dialects. And that's something that, just as a sneak peek in the 2023 calendar, is something that we might be looking at, bringing Darcy back to discuss. Dialects, the easier kinds, let's not get crazy. But it's looking at vocal health, looking at creating characters, looking at creating these sounds is something that he specializes in. He's worked with some of the best in the industry. Back in school, we worked with David Smuckler. David Smuckler, leave a message after the beep tone. Do you remember that? That was his answering machine. Leave a message after the beep tone.
Yes.
The beep tone. I'm changing my voicemail tonight.
I'm telling you.
The beep tone. I love it.
David wrote a book we called it SNANS, Speaking North American Naturally.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And it was kind of like the North American version of received pronunciation, of being able to speak with a really broad North American accent. Listen to my voice right now. I'm Irish and I'm Canadian. Who is speaking Snan? That would be me.
Well done.
Thanks. But Darcy took it 772 steps farther and became a specialist in this field. Can you just give us a really, really brief kind of, history of between York and now?
Wow. Okay. Sure. Well, I left school and I was an actor for about 8 years, and I paid my bills doing it for like 4 years. So I'm pretty chuffed about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then SARS. Do you remember SARS? The original SARS?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That really sucked. And so I found myself teaching, and because I loved it. Actually, I liked teaching and liked coaching. And I thought, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go back and be a voice teacher. So I trained with David some more, and with some other voice teachers as well. Traveled down to the States, lived here for a number of years, moved out to New Zealand. Lived in New Zealand for about 4 years, worked at the National Drama School and a bunch of theaters there, and then had a baby, and we were like, wow, that's way too far away. So I came back to the States, and I've been dialect coaching and, helping actors to go to vocal extremes for, 15 years now. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I still love it. I still love helping actors. I still love... one of the highlights of my life are like going to work with the U.S. Navy, helping people, this thing where I teach them to go to vocal extremes. It can bring out things in people that, different sides of them, and empowers them in a way that's really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And anyone in the audience, if you have not worked with Darcy in some way, you are in for a treat tonight, because Darcy, you're a great teacher. It's, and I'm a pain in the ass. Like, I'm really picky about the people that I coach with. I know I am. I'm like, yeah, no, okay, bye. Thanks so much. See you later. You got to be able to jive with the person, I'm really excited for you guys to get up on stage. Obviously, we're not going to be able to get through everybody in the room, but for the people who are getting up on stage, you're really in for a treat. And the people in the audience, like, get ready, take notes, like, really pay attention to how all of this is happening, the process, because we got some gold coming at you.
Yep. And it's always kind of one of the sort of unwritten goals that we have here at Voiceover Round Table, is that you're going to leave the table with more than what you came to it with. And so, like Emma said, listen for those golden nuggets, like just, the one that dropped earlier, your audition is your promise, your demo is your promise. Like, that's, so things like that. And the fact that, people have their idea of what voiceover coaches and stuff are. And I think it's really, really important to see, and, Darcy's a great example, and there are so many others, that sometimes you need specialized training in a very specific area of your business, whether that's to grow your business, to bring it in a different direction, to enhance, to level up, whatever it is. And it's important that we as voice actors recognize that it's, you don't just train and start working and then one and done. It's like you need to always retrain and learn new things and learn new techniques. And this is a great example. So really excited to get into it. Kind of just going to go over kind of quickly how we're hoping tonight will flow. We're going to be bringing people up, and Darcy's going to be guiding you. Like once we get this monster going, we're just going to kind of step back and watch it roar.
Monster.
But we're kind of looking at three things. So from each of you, hopefully we want to get three kinds of things. We want to get some creature efforts, which is like moving sounds, lifting, attacking, and things like that. Then we want to hear some emotions. So surprised, happy, angry, hungry, hangry, I don't know, anything like that. And then thirdly, what was the third one, Emma? Like, where am I? It was... What's the third one?
Like my mic is muted. Darcy can
barks.
Barks, yeah. Barks. I'm like, there it is. Barks, yeah. So like entering, taunting, retreat, a death sound, things like that. But Darcy's going to guide you. But those are the kinds of things. So if you're waiting to get up and stuff like that, have those in mind and listen to the instructions that are being given to the people who are performing. We're going to have, so in the interest of time, we're not going into any big introductions of, where you are in your journey and stuff like that. We really want to give you the most performance time possible. So just like, here's your name, hand it over to Darcy, and you're going to work together. A maximum of about 5 minutes per person. So really make it count and listen carefully to redirects and go from there. Darcy, do you have any kind of, global words of wisdom or guidance that the people who are preparing to come up or just the people in the room are listening?
I'll start pressing buttons.
Oh my gosh. This is going to be too much fun. Okay, I got to focus. Okay.
Focus.
What? Shoot. Okay. All right. So number one, I'm going to be serious for a moment. This is very serious. So number one, if it hurts, don't do it. Don't do it. If it hurts, don't do it. Because like I said, your demos are a promise, your auditions are a promise. So if you can't repeat it, if it's not sustainable, then it's not actually helpful for you. That's the first thing I would say. Right. And then generally, if you make a sound and you cough immediately after, I pretty much guarantee you it's not sustainable. Unless you've got like some kind of nasal congestion going on or post-nasal drip. If you like do a scream or kind of sound and you start coughing, maybe that's not a sound for you. So that's the main thing. I just want people to don't feel like you have to push yourself tonight. You don't have to hurt yourself. Do have fun. Absolutely have fun. And then the last thing, which I'm going to steal from Andrea Toyas, which is that it's not about making crazy voices, right? It's not about voices, it's creatures. So lots of times I'll call it character. I'll say, talk to me about your character, because we want full embodied creatures. They have feelings, they have wants, that it isn't just about, look at me making this crazy sound. Yeah. So, perfect. Yeah. So should we play? Should we call up our
Without
first?
further ado, yeah. Mike, can you make me admin, please?
Oh, of course. You and Darcy.
There you go.
Thank you. You're in charge.
Oh, shoot.
What
have you done?
So I can be trusted to press the buttons, but so let's go on.
This is how we're going to see how wild things are going to get. So, all right, people, if you want to come up at stage and be a oh, there it is. Boom, it starts. Hands are coming up. I didn't even have to say it. Woo-hoo. All right. Let's go here. Do we have, is it Gwendolyn?
Hello.
Hi, Gwendolyn. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the Voiceover Round Table. Your first monster, creature, whatever. Darcy, I hand it over to you. I mute myself.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Oh, cool. Okay, so Gwendolyn, have you done anything like this before?
No, I've made sounds before, but I haven't made any monster characters.
Okay, cool. So lots of times when you have an audition for this kind of thing, they'll give you a picture ahead of time, right? Or at least some kind of description. So can you imagine a kind of monster in your mind, or a monster that you've seen in a movie, or?
The first one that comes to mind is one of the Ben 10 creatures, the one that is all fur and fangs and no
Oh,
eyes.
yeah. Okay. Gotcha. I'm actually just going to pull that up so I can see it myself. Okay, great. So, right, so you got that in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I want you to put your body, if you can. I don't know where you are right now. I can't see you. But hopefully this is safe for you to do where you are. Can you
Yeah.
put yourself into the body, the shape of that creature? So we're going to go off script a little bit. Mike, I hope you don't mind. And just spend some time. How do we create a creature to start off? So, Gwendolyn, you got yourself in that body shape?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now, the next thing I want you to do is picture the face of that creature as well.
Uh-huh.
Got that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. And now I want you just to take a little bit, if you can, a little walk. If you can't, like if you're in, I don't know, a booth or something like that, even just turning yourself like on the 90 degrees, just like walking, do a little step. And does it take effort to walk, or is it quite easy to walk? Or does your creature fly? How do they move? Can you do that for me right now?
I would imagine that they walk pretty easily, but they have long claws, so it would be a clicking.
Okay. Yeah. And so as you're walking, can you get the sense of how much breath and energy it takes to move?
Yes, and I imagine that they're snarling, so it's kind of...
Yeah, great. Good. Great. Good. So now can you give me a little bit more of that? Because just finding the sort of breath pattern of the creature is insanely important, right? Because that's the life of the creature and the character. So give me that again. Just a little bit of breath and movement. Good. Oh, I love that sniff at the end. That's great. Okay. Yeah. Brilliant. And so now from that sound, can you give that, we're going to just do a couple of effort sounds. So I just want you to have that creature like they're lifting something up. Good. So I got a question for you. Is this creature big, or are they kind of tiny?
They're fairly hefty, especially in the shoulders and the upper arms.
Okay, cool. So now, here's the thing. Generally, when we think of like small creatures like, I don't know, like gremlins, if you can remember gremlins, they tend to have like kind of high-pitched sounds.
Mm-hmm.
When we think of larger creatures, like we think of like orcs or whatever it might be, you know, we tend to think of lower pitches, if that makes sense. Yeah. So Can you drop the pitch just a little bit, even as you push that rock? Yeah. Okay, great. Okay, so this is a tip for you, but it also goes out to everyone else in the room. As a general rule, when we are making efforts, and this is like when I separate efforts into two groups, efforts where I'm imposing my will on somebody else versus impacts when somebody else's will is being imposed on me. When we're putting our effort onto something, or we're throwing a rock, it starts quiet and gets louder. So it's sort of like a kind of sound. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So can you build that up just a little bit, like you're pushing a rock? Yeah, there you go. Good. And then how long that movement takes is how long the sound goes, right? Matching the movement to the sound. Nice job. So can you give me pushing that rock again? Good. Really good. Okay. Now, can you give me, you said your monster has claws, like sharp claws?
Mm-hmm. Claws and fangs.
Claws and legs. Okay, let's start with the claws. I want you to think how fast, just with breath, can you just do like a F sound, like a as you swing your claws? Good. Now, when you swing, I don't know if you've got a microphone near there, be careful that you don't hit the microphone, because I've seen that happen. So as you swing, make sure that it's the same kind of speed that your monster would, because sometimes monsters swing very fast, sometimes they're kind of slow. Is this a fast swing or a slow swing? Let me hear that. Great. And now can you go back to your monster sound? Your bass sound of just breathing. Give me that swing. Here we go. Good. And give it a little bit more sound this time. You don't worry. The F is just so that you can get the sense of how much breath and how much energy you need. So now give me that full sound as you swing. Yeah. Great. Okay, good. So we've got some movement, some efforts. You've been aggressive. So now let's have your monster get impacted. Okay, so your monster's gotten, I don't know, shot or stabbed, or it's somehow gotten wounded. Okay. So a little bit of tip before you do this. Generally, those impacts, they tend to start loud and get quiet. So it's like sort of like hurt and then drops off. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, really good, really good. Brilliant.
Very cool. Very
Well done,
cool. Great
Gwendolyn.
job, Gwendolyn.
Thank you.
Great job. Are we having fun yet?
That was fun. I loved it.
Well, thank you for always. I'm doing it quietly, but the big clap for people who go first. It always takes a special amount of courage and bravery. So our hats off and big clap for you, Gwendolyn. Thanks for being first up on stage tonight. We're going to move on to another person. Thank you so much for playing. Ben is up on stage.
And just a quick note before we get into Ben, if you have put your hand up and you haven't been called up, we're not ignoring you. We're paying attention. We're just bringing one person up at a time. So hang out, please.
Sweet. Hey, Ben.
Hey, Ben.
So Ben, your mute button should be at the bottom right corner of your screen where the hand raising symbol was.
Ben's a ghost.
Showing is unmuted, but maybe, yeah.
You might want to leave
the old trick is to leave the room and come on back, and you'll get back up. We'll just grab somebody else in the meantime. But Ben, you will have your spot. Don't worry about it. Oh, wait a minute. Ben?
How's that?
There's Ben.
There you go. Perfect.
Hey, all right. Okay, so I've never done work with creature effects, so lead me away.
Okay, cool. So we just did efforts. Can we look at something else, which is making creature emotion sounds? So Ben, do you have a creature in mind, or sometimes people will use like pets that they have or have had, or animals as a base? Do you have any of those that sort of sparks for you?
Well, my immediate thought when I think about doing any kind of creature effect is to do like an ogre or like an orc, like a big like World of Warcraft. We're talking like big lumbering, just violence and hunger and
awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, great. Okay, so again, similar thing. I want you to first put yourself into the body of the character, into the stance, and feel the breath, right? How much, again, larger creatures tend to need more breath, right? They have larger rib cages or whatever it is that they're using to breathe. And so feel that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I love that bass breath sound. That's great. Again. Yeah, great. And now I want you to just find that sense of walking. Can you just take 2 steps with that ogre? Nice. Actually, let's do a little bit of efforts because you've got a good sense of this creature already. So can you maybe swing your axe? Nice. Ben, that was really good. So while we're here, Ben, sometimes what will happen either in an audition or in a session, they'll ask you to, give me 3 attacks, for example, and it can just be 3 attacks, and that's all they tell you. Can you give me those 3 swings of the axe, but just change the vowel each time? So the first one might be an the second one might be a ah.
Okay. Yeah.
Good. Pause there. Good. Yeah, really good. Now, just a couple of rules that we have about efforts is that we don't want to add in any kind of words, and phrases like hiya or ya, they tend to be saved for very particular kinds of games.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was fantastic. Great job changing the vowels there. Now, can you be inside your creature again? Find that core breath sound. And then I want you to imagine that behind you, you turn around, and it's your friend. And you're happy to see them. They've returned from a battle. Man, that's awesome. So finding your creature's laugh, like what that sound is for them, is super important. Like I was saying before at the beginning of the session, how it's super important to remember these creatures have feelings, right?
Right.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, so now go back into the breathing stance. Find that core breath sound. And then all of a sudden on your right, you see your enemy. Turn. And they're approaching. Warn them. Give them a little taunt, like back off. Good. Now pause there. Ben, you're doing such a great job. We're going to teach you one last level. Now, here's the thing. Every creature, whatever kind of creature it is, like my dog, she's a Chihuahua boxer, a dachshund mix. She has her own language. She's always trying to talk to me, trying to tell me like, "Hey, get my food, dum-dum," right? In the way that she barks at me. So how does this orc talk when they're saying like, "Get back"? What kind of language might they have?
Get back. Okay.
Cool. Good. Pause there. Good. Now, would you just say the words "get back" in your orc voice?
Get back.
Yeah. Good. Now, do some gibberish of that "get back." So you're thinking "get back," but I want you to give me a little bit of gibberish. Yeah. Thank you, Ben. That was killer.
Oh, man. Nice.
That was a lot of fun.
Great job, Ben.
That was so cool. Darcy, at one point I did a video game workshop just because, to be crazy. And the guy who was leading the workshop was talking about building creature language. And one of the things he said was a trick that he uses is that he just spells everything backwards. So if it was get back, it would be tag cob. He's like, it's just a really easy trick. He's like, you come up with these languages, so get would be tag, back is cob. There you go. Get back, tag back. Huh? Write that down. There you go. You got it. Voiceover Round Table.
That was awesome, man. Hey, Sue is up on stage. Welcome aboard. Are you there, Sue?
So this is for everybody. When you come up on stage, where your hand was in the lower right corner of your screen is now going to be a microphone. If you're pressing that and it doesn't work, which sometimes happens, it's a Clubhouse glitch. Leave the stage, leave the room, and come straight back in. You'll come straight back up on stage. I don't know what it is. It's just weird that it does that. But so you're looking for a microphone to unmute. If it's not working, leave and come straight back in.
Sue, out you go and come back, Sue. Do.
Come back, Sue. That feels like a song.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Steven Snyder is up on stage, but Sue is there.
So
is Sue unmuted? And if we hear Sue, we're good.
Can you hear me?
Sue, you there?
Yes.
Yes, you can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. You might want to up your gain just a little bit if you're able to. Like you're kind of quiet.
I can't up my gain right
or
now.
get closer.
Okay, is this better?
We can
Darcy,
work with it, I think.
You can hear her?
Darcy.
It's all good.
All right.
Sounds good. Hey, Sue, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, so far having a blast. Do do you have a particular creature in mind or an animal that you'd love to explore?
I kind of love the zombie sound, and my son played a game, the name I don't remember, but it was all animals, and a big owl actually regurgitated zombie mice.
How fun.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Ew.
It's one of the smallest zombies you can imagine.
Okay, cool.
And just a horde of, mice or rats that are zombies is kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh, great dreams ahead tonight, I can tell you, Chief.
Well, Sue, I can't wait to see what comes out of you. This will be fun. And now, have you created a little bit of this sound already, or are we starting from scratch?
I've played with it because I love these kind of things.
Yeah.
I love the creature sounds, and I also love like the super creepy voices that sometimes, come out, like little children or monsters, little toys that are possessed and have that very sweet childlike voice saying the most creepy things possible.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool. All right. Well, why don't we just start with where you're at? Like, what do you give us a little bit of taste? Is that okay?
Yep. Sure.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Let's see.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, great. So I'd love, because I can see the size of it. That's really great. I can see that there's there's like teeth, or there's like chewing that's going on. I can really hear that and identify that. That's awesome. And the breath as well. To me, breath is super important, because the breath in between the sounds lets us know that this creature is alive and how they move, etc. Can we play with something, Sue? Can we play with using some ingressive sounds? So we're going to breathe in while making sound. Do you know what I mean by that?
Okay. Yeah.
Good. Pause there. Good. Good. For now, can we just work on the inhale? So could you do the inhale? Just do a... Good. Because this is a zombie, you can add in just a little bit of that. You know what I mean? Like, it gives it give it a little twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And now those are quite long inhales. Can you make it, because it's a small animal, it would only have small inhales. Do you know what I mean? So just give me short inhales. Good. Really cool. One thing about inhaling, making sounds while you inhale, is that it can really dry out the voice. So if you do have water, take a sip of water. And if you don't, then just take a moment to swallow.
Right here.
Okay, cool. All right, great. And so now I want...
throat coat.
Oh, okay. You got everything. You're set.
I got everything.
You came prepared. All right. So this time, just mix in a little bit of those inhales and those exhales. And they don't necessarily have to be right on top of each other. Does that make sense? You can leave a little bit of space.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Super cool. And that just allows you, it doesn't no longer sound like just a rat that's like maybe rabbit. It sounds like some other kind of monster, if that makes sense. Really cool. Okay. So now, one of the most interesting things is with creatures like this, because you're in a high range, let's make sure that we can do some of our barks, that you can be in that kind of sound, and then give me an attack sound. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. That is awesome. Okay, now give me one where you're threatening someone. You're like, stay back.
Okay.
Oh wait, sorry. It's Ted Cab. Is that what it is, Emma?
Yes, Ted Cab. Take cab.
I love that. Sue, that was amazing.
That was so good. Oh my god. I'm like amazed and totally creeped out all at the same time.
Thank you so much, Sue. That's super fun.
Thank you very much.
Steven Snyder.
Hi.
What? It worked the first time?
There's a first time for everything.
What is happening?
Just born lucky. That's all there. Just this one time.
Steven is the reason we know of the clubhouse glitch of leave the stage and come back in because he figured it out.
Out of sheer desperate. Now, if you guys want to talk creature sounds, I made so many creature sounds when I was trying to figure out why my microphone wasn't working.
If only you'd been recording at that particular moment.
It's a whole new kind of warm up.
Nice.
Thank you guys so much for having me back. Thank you. I really wanted to be here and meet you, Darcy. Thank you so much. I have to tell you, I'll jump right into it because I have I don't have any creature experience. I am a complete rookie on this. I was lucky enough to score my first video game not too long ago, and it was just a speaking role. But I love the industry, or that genre of the industry, and I'm hoping that you guys can just give me some guidance, Darcy. Whatever you got, I'd love to hear any of your thoughts on a creature.
All right. So, do you have a creature in mind in terms of like a picture of one, or imagine what they might look like?
I'm looking for a specific sound. If you're in front of your computer right now, it's a Dungeons and Dragons character, if you can believe that, and it's a cross between a bear and an owl. So kind of bigger, like it's a bigger.
It's an owl bear.
Yeah, a bowel.
Is that what it's actually called?
No, I made that up. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm looking for the sound of this specific creature, and if you can,
yeah, okay,
yeah, and any thoughts you have would be fantastic. I'm just going to be big and mean, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, super cool. Okay. Love that. That is awesome. You definitely got the bear.
And I, when it's a mixed character, like I know how an owl sounds, but I want it to seem realistic. And so if I throw a hoot in there, I'm not too sure how well it'll play, but I'll give it a shot.
Okay, here we go.
Something like that.
I love that. Some of the pictures that I'm looking at, it actually gets up on like two legs and sort of spreads out its arms. So it looks like an owl for a moment.
Yeah, like a larger, I was thinking, I get the bear sound. I think I can make the bear sound, but as far as going to that bird area, I'm a little shaky on what to track down there. Maybe if you have any words of wisdom, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, tricky because very different kind of resonance and vocal posture that you're in there. Can we? All right, there's two things we can do. Let's try both of them. So, you know how we were talking about aggressive sounds just a moment ago, like making a sound on the inhale?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you do that for me? Like a... Good. And for now, just do the sound on the inhale. We'll just work on that a little bit, just so we can isolate that. Good. And one of the things I love about using the aggressive sounds is that, you can change the pitch, so it could be low, or it can be up high.
That was awesome.
Could you try a little higher in that inhale? Good. Okay, cool. Okay, and now do you have some water nearby?
I do.
Okay, can you take a sip? I'm going to mute while I do this and have a little gargle of the water.
I am. Okay.
Right. And part of the reason why we're gargling is to add a little bit of water mixture in there so that as you inhale, maybe give us a little more sound.
Groovy.
Great. Good. Yeah. So, and now can you add in just relaxing the soft palate a little bit? Can you hear that little noise I'm making? Yeah. Yeah, there you go, dude. All right. So can you be the bear down low and then suddenly you get up, like you rear up on your two legs and the owl comes out? Great. That's definitely something you could play with, right? In terms of like getting the two sides of the creature, whether the creature has like almost like two separate personalities at war.
Yeah, the duality is what kind of called to me. I'm looking. I could explain it at some point in the future what I'm going for a little better than this, but thanks so much, man. That's very, very, very helpful. Thank you so much. Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome job, Stephen. Thanks for being with us. Oh, wow. This is fun.
There's some monsters in the room.
You having fun, Darcy?
Oh, yeah. This is so cool.
This is cool, man. This is so cool. Is it Yui? Did I say that correctly? I don't want to mangle your name.
Yes, you said it correctly.
All right. How's it going, man? Welcome to the Voiceover Round Table. Actually, before you start with Darcy, I'll just kind of chime in since we're kind of midway through our time. If you joined us after the start and after the intros, you are in the Voiceover Round Table here on Clubhouse. We gather every week, Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Focus on community. And tonight we got a really special event. We've got Darcy Smith, and we are working on creature sounds. Darcy is a coach that teaches something called vocal combat, but I'm not going to go too much into that. You can look up Darcy's profile and find out more about him there. We want to get right back into working with talent that's coming up on stage and giving us their creature sounds and grunts and efforts and things like that. We're having a lot of fun tonight, so thank you for being with us. Yui, what do you got for us?
Yes, I just want to start off by saying thank you for having me on. I'm very excited to be working with you all. Now I was kind of thinking something from Minecraft, kind of like a zombie kind of monster. You guys know Minecraft, right?
For me, you were dropping in and out a little bit. Did you say you want to work on a zombie?
Yes, a zombie from Minecraft.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Your mic cut out just for a little bit. We heard the very beginning, and then I heard zombie at the end. Oh. It's all good. So Minecraft kind of zombie kind of thing. Okay, cool.
All right. And have you worked on this already a little bit on your own, like in terms of creating the sound?
No, actually, it's something that I just thought of, and I think it'll be cool. So it's going to be neat.
Okay, cool. So one of the things that can be tricky is, and it's not a bad thing necessarily, is like everyone has an idea what a zombie sounds like and what it's supposed to sound like. But we're going to try to discover your zombie. Does that make sense?
Yes, of course.
Okay, cool. So with the Minecraft zombie, I'm just looking at it right now. Can you put yourself into the body of that Minecraft zombie?
Yes.
Okay. And then I want you to think about how that zombie moves.
All right.
And I don't know if you've heard me work with other people, but can you find that sort of bass movement sound, the breath and movement sound? Well, that's, yeah. Oh, cool. You did something there that I loved, which was that you gave a little like you were sort of like trying to bite, like your mouth was closing. Can you do that again? Yes. Very cool, very cool. Okay, and now as you move, most zombies, right? They don't have most of them don't have full, movement of their body. What parts of this zombie's body are not fully able? Does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of like a stiff neck.
Okay, great. Can you, without hurting yourself, can you give me a little bit of that as you're moving? Yeah, great. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That last sound there. Yeah. Okay, cool. Now, can you give me a couple of efforts like you're moving something, like pushing something? Good. Now, in most video games, we time the animation, like if they're pushing something or moving something or swinging an axe or whatever it might be, we're going to time that, and it tends not to be much longer than 2 seconds. So can you give me like just a swing of an axe or a swing of, I don't know, whatever your zombie has, just their fist? Yeah. Good. Good. Okay, so this last part might seem strange to imagine that your zombie has feelings, because I know most times we don't think of zombies having feelings, but even a part of them, like, they get excited. So can I hear your zombie be excited? They see some food. Fantastic. And now they're scared. They're a scared zombie. Oh my gosh, I feel really sad for that zombie. It's like that zombie, somebody chained it to a fence or something. That's terrible. Oh, wow. Fantastic. That was epic.
It's like chained to a fence and it sees the steak. It can't decide. Am I hungry? Am I sad? Am I great job, man. Great job. Oh, that was fun. Thanks for being with us.
Yes, thank you.
Well done, sir. Thank you for being here.
I felt really bad for that zombie. I really did.
I know, right?
You're right. We don't think about zombies having emotions and feelings, and
Mike.
I think it's cool what you were saying before about the character. Not just like it's not just about sounds and grunts and things like that. There's a personality kind of thing that has to occupy a creature for you to get to the space of the sounds.
Yes, and that's what I thought was fantastic about that performance was I really saw both the movement of the zombie, like I could see which part was moving, which parts couldn't move. You want to see the character and how they feel and move.
Shit.
That's cool. Good.
Mike Christensen, welcome to the stage.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Mike, meet Darcy. Darcy, meet Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Hi, Darcy.
How's it going?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, real good. All right, so talk to me. Do you have like a monster, I don't know, in your back pocket?
Yeah, really. Oh, let him out. Now, I've always, I hate to follow in the same vein of the zombies, but I always like the Walking Dead zombies. I always like the way they voice them and that very distinct sound that they had. That when you heard it, you knew it, like, oh, here they come, kind of thing to them. I've always
really cool.
that.
Yeah, and having a team of people come and create a series of different zombies is part of what will often happen. But if you can create 3 or 4 different kinds of zombies, that can save a lot of trouble. So do you want to just sort of share your zombie and where your zombie's at, or do you want me to talk you through? How do you want to play?
Well, I could, certainly give you something, and then you direct me, and I'll go where you want me to go. That's
sounds good.
Me. Right, I always liked the way when they came in, they always were just kind of. that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So do you remember? I've been talking to people about gargling water. Do you have water?
I do. Hang on 1 second.
You're breaking up for me a little bit, but maybe that's just me.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. So do you hear how gargling that water just like adds so much sound to that?
It does. Very guttural
We got zombieing moistly.
Awesome. Could you do that
Voice
again?
zombie. Sure.
Take a little gargle. Good. And here's the next thing you're doing so well. I want you. This might sound a little gross. I don't know, but I want you as you do that gargle, don't swallow all of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work.
Ew.
Yeah. And so that'll give you like.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so that's just something that can give it a little bit more texture and a little bit more noise, and it can save your voice because that breathy sound can really burn you out over time.
Right.
So now, can you give me some of those efforts of this zombie?
The gargly zombie.
Yeah,
the moist zombie. I guess.
The moist.
The moist zombie. The moist zombie. That's going to be the coined phrase for tonight is the moist zombie. Okay.
Is the lubricant.
Cab.
Moisturize. So yeah.
Ted Cab, it's the moist zombies. Oh yeah. Now I know this
Freaking out my
moist.
kids.
Oh no doubt. They're like, finally.
Yeah, really.
Now, can we let's feel the feelings of this moist zombie.
Okay.
Good. Now, depending on the zombie, right? It might be like kind of like a tired zombie. Like, is it an old zombie or is it a young zombie? Is this like the like South Korean zombies who can run really fast, or is this like the American Southern?
I think the moist zombie has definitely been around the block a few times.
Okay. All right. So give me those effort sounds again. Good. And now, can you make this zombie happy? It might be an old zombie, but it's still like, oh my gosh, it's finally gets to see some food. It's excited.
He sees his grand zombies for the first time.
Yeah. Really cool. And how's that feeling vocally? Do you feel like that is something that you could maybe do for a series?
Oh, sure.
Do that for like 30 minutes? Yeah.
I could do that forever. Yeah, that's something. I watched enough of the show and would do the voices along with the show whenever it'd come out. And
very cool.
Oh, yeah. It's something. I can definitely maintain that.
That I'm so glad you said that, because that's something I meant to say to Mike at the beginning when Mike was like, what can actors do to, prepare them for this industry and get into this industry? It is just that, watching video games, listening to the sounds that they're making, so that you understand, right? This is what, when you get shot, this is what it sounds like. When you're in the middle of a battle and you're saying grenade, that's what it's supposed to sound like. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah,
Thank you.
It's all acting, so yeah, it's definitely put yourself in the situation, and then, I normally go for like a deeper voice, but I like the zombies from Walking Dead, so.
And I think one of the cool things now is, not everybody fashions themselves a gamer, so to speak, and they're like, oh, I don't have time to go play video games and stuff like that. But if you're a voice actor and you're researching, an industry or a segment of the industry that you want to get into, well, maybe you don't have to play games. Like I've heard many people say, go watch, walkthroughs and playthroughs on YouTube and things like that, because you're going to immerse yourself in the world of gaming anyways. So if that's a way to do it as well, to expose yourself to the games without necessarily playing them, I mean, it's another way to do it, right? Get into character.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would encourage you, any actor, to do that, especially if you've got an audition, that you go and check out the style. Look, what is the style of the game?
Yeah. Before we head to Julie's up on stage. We're going to go to Julie in a second for her creature sounds. One of the things I wanted to ask you about, Darcy, is like, where does the line between like voice actor performance and post-production effects and stuff like that, like where does that fall? And is there anything that voice actors can do to be like that source material that can work really well for, because it goes without saying, some of the sounds need to start from a human, but then get enhanced and modified and mashed and trashed. And so like, what can actors do to offer the best source material for people who are doing the audio production for games?
Well, I hate to sound like I keep saying the same thing, but it is finding that fully invested character that we need to hear the emotions and the intentions, and the consistency of the character. And when I say consistency, so far no one has done this tonight, but sometimes, when I'm working with an actor or working on I was working on this one production, and the actor had found this very cool, like low, sort of breathy, I'm trying not to give away too much specifics about it, kind of breathy, kind of hiss kind of quality. But when it came time to do the barks, this particular creature also happened to speak English, was able to speak English, and had to say things like retreat or, my legion's attack, or whatever the line is. But when it came time to do those words and those parts of the session, it sounded like a different creature. It didn't sound like the same creature. So it was sort of like down here when they were talking on their own. But when it came time to say like, retreat, all of a sudden it sounded like a different creature altogether. So that's just something that I hope that actors keep in mind, is that you're going to have to do a variety of different emotions with that creature. And that consistency allows them to mash it up, as you were saying.
Yeah. You have to be the beast.
Gotta be the beast.
You have to be the beast. Let's see what Julie has to offer. They've been waiting. They are here. They are on stage.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we
I can hear you.
Oh, fantastic.
Welcome to the Voiceover Round Table, Julie. Thanks for being with us.
Oh, thanks
and I'm leaving you in the capable hands with Darcy.
Darcy, you're muted.
I think I just dropped out for a moment. Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Yeah, really good, really good. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name because I lost internet connection for a second.
I'm Julie Mallet-Perret.
Hey, Julie, nice to meet you. Do you have, I don't know, a monster that you have in mind? You do?
Yes.
Great.
Yeah, I do enjoy my monster noises. It is a kind of a small to medium pig dinosaur. Just like a horrible little pig monster creature.
Cool. Okay. Can I hear a little bit of this?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So good. I love that. That's great. Now, does this creature, like, is there a lot of mucus? Is there a nose? Does it have a nose, or is it like a pig without a nose?
It definitely has a nose. Yep.
Okay, cool. Does it have like big tusks?
Oh, it's got tusks.
Okay, cool. Can you give me a little bit of a snort? Work a little snort in there. Good. And now, so we got that squeal, which is epic, and I love it. Now, can you give me some of those breath sounds around it, like as it's moving? How does it run? Oh, okay. How big is this pig? Is it really big? Is it kind of small?
It's kind of like a medium size. Like I feel like it's I feel like it's 4 foot tall on its hind legs, you know?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool. And would you say that this is the kind of pig that, like, it sees an enemy and it kind of like retreats, or is it kind of that would attack?
I think it would attack. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's a menace. All right. Okay. Yeah. So as this pig goes for a run, as it's walking or goes for a run, can you give me that sense of forward motion as opposed to right now? It seems like it's sort of like resisting, like it doesn't want to go. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Really good. And now, can you give me a little bit of the, we've been talking about the different emotions. Can you give me when it's like angry and charging? Good. So those aggressive sounds we've been talking about that you've been doing, can you give me slightly lower? Yeah. Oh, cool. Can you talk while you inhale? Good. Can you give, now this would turn you more into like a monster. Like, again, normally when you have these kinds of auditions, you'll see a picture and that tells you a ton, right? You might see like, oh, this is a pig monster, but it has a tongue. Do you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
And it might not speak English, but it might have its own, I don't know, Piglish, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Pig Latin, yeah.
Pig Latin, there you go. So can you give me just a little bit of chatter? Yeah. And now, remember how we talked about dropping the pitch a little bit? So just a little bit, drop the pitch like you're like, get out of here. Really cool. Now, I'm going to have you make some like sounds just normally. Can you do, just say, get out of here in your own voice?
Get out of here.
Yeah. Good. And I want you to command some, like point at them.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Now can you put up 2 hands like someone's coming in and you're afraid of them?
Get out of here.
Yeah. No, you're scared. They've got a weapon.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Okay. So do you hear how it's got a different kind of like intention with it?
Yep.
One has a little more dynamic rather than get out of here. It's sort of like got a straight sort of arrow to it. So when you do that inhale with your pig monster, let it have that same kind of command, even though you're inhaling. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yes. That's right, because you're in charge. One more time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good. Okay, and now someone has your baby pigs hostage. It's the wolf. They've captured the baby pigs.
Mm-hmm.
And you're pleading with them not to kill them. Okay, good. And you finally have your little piglets back. Oh, I like that ending. Huh. I wasn't planning that, but that was really nice. That was very cool, Julie. It's Julia, yes?
It's Julie, yeah.
Julie, yeah, thank you. That was very cool. I love your pig.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks for hanging out with us, Julie. Awesome.
That was awesome. Super, super awesome.
Now, we discovered a piece of technology that I disabled hand raising, and I inadvertently kicked a whole bunch of people off the stage. So my apologies. I did not intend to do that so abruptly for everyone. But we do have time for one more person. Emma, who was it that we said we were going to go to next? Nathan. So I'm going to go and find Nathan and then just invite directly. Thank you to everyone. I'm sorry for those who had your hands raised. We're just running short on time. We knew we couldn't get to everyone. We really appreciate you trying to get up. Maybe we'll have to do this again sometime, but we'll talk about that. Nathan, welcome aboard. Are you there? Oh, Nathan leaves. Nathan comes back, and there is...
Yes!
I must
Fantastic.
Hello.
There we go.
Fantastic. We can hear you.
Welcome, Nathan.
Cool.
Hey, Nathan, how's it going? Good.
Not too bad. I just was doing a session, and then this popped up on my phone. And I was like, hell yes, I want to be here.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey, so we're just playing with monsters and creatures, or generally what people are bringing up. Some people are bringing up a monster they've been working on for a while. Some people are just like engaging with how to create one. Where are you at?
I mean, since I've been a little kid, I've been messing around with voices and creature noises. So we'll see where, like, my personal view is like we did a lot of low things, so I wanted to try like a little bit of a higher one.
Yeah.
And I have a little bitty cuttlefish in mind, the littlest, tiniest, little bitty cuttlefish.
Oh my God, I love it. Yes.
That's so true. Okay, great. So can you give me just some of the emotive sounds of your cuttlefish?
Like what kinds do you want?
Oh yeah, can you give me some surprised, actually, like, whoa, what was that kind of thing? Okay, cool. And does your cuttlefish have language? Like, are they able to articulate even by language?
I think so. I think they're more of a cartoon, you know? They speak English.
Yeah, they have it. Oh, they speak English even. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Yeah.
But I can also just kind of...
Oh, they speak cuddle as well. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Cuddlies. Yeah.
Cuddlies. Oh, I like that.
All right, so give me a little bit of cuddlies, like they're talking. Yeah. And you're just having... Yeah, go ahead.
No. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was going to say, so just like having a normal conversation around, I don't know, the dinner table, maybe with their family. Good. Yeah, great. And now...
Scolding my kids.
You're giving a lecture. I can hear that.
Yeah.
Okay, now can you let your cuttlefish get angry, and they're gonna leave. They're gonna leave the house. They've had it. Good. And how does your cuttlefish, like, when they leave? Do they like swish away? Or are they big cuttlefish? Or they?
I imagine they kind of zoom away, like.
Okay, good. So good. Give me that again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So like zooming away, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, really nice. Okay, now can you? I don't know that this cuttlefish gets into fights very often. I could be wrong.
I mean, if he does, he probably loses. But the idea of him fighting is funny.
Okay, great. So every cuttlefish loves their cuddle kids, and so someone's coming after your cuddle kids. I want you to give like a cuddle warning. Okay, good. Now I don't know how long you've been here, but one of the things we talked about is like, as you give different efforts or different barks, you want to be able to give it a variety of different sounds. So just even if you can change the pitch a little bit or the dynamic, in this case we can't really change the vowel. Give me 3 different warnings, like 3 different tones.
Okay.
Yeah. Good.
Maybe try it.
Yeah. I was about to say that last one was much better because the one before it, the penultimate one, started to sound a little like another creature. So that's great. You were able to change it, but stay in that creature tone. Okay, now give me
I curled my lips.
Yeah. You know what? It's so cool to watch people's faces as they're making these sounds, like engaging the face, engaging the jaw. Super helpful. Great. So give me a couple of attacks with that creature.
Okay. I'm trying to imagine what kind of weapon a cuttlefish uses.
Or is it just trying to ram? Or like, yeah.
Or something.
It's like a karate chop fin. That was cool.
Yeah, that could work. I was imagining it with like a little samurai sword or something, like a little like a thumbtack.
Yeah. Very cool. What I love about this is you're really created you're creating a story that has a family, where it comes from. All of these things, they help you to create the even you just saying like, this isn't a kind of creature who would want to fight. Just understanding that is super important.
Yeah, I think he'd probably run, but I also think he's a bit like what was it, like the smaller the dog, the larger the bark, or something. So.
Right.
Very cool. Thank you,
Nathan. Great job.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thank you. It was fun.
That was fantastic.
You hear?
I look forward to more cuddlies. That was awesome.
Seriously.
Wow. Cool. So cool. It's so much fun when people can just kind of like suspend all the reality and just let loose, and you really hear people's imagination come out and their skill too, because like it's, I don't know, we heard such a variety of voices and different techniques and things like that, there's no limit to the imagination here. And thank you, Darcy, for guiding our people along their way. It's been so much fun.
I loved it. It was a pleasure.
It's been so much fun. I know that people are going to want to know how to contact you. Darcy's website is darcysmithvoice.com. Is there any other way that you would prefer for people to contact you outside of your website, like LinkedIn or socials or...
Yeah, on any of the socials, you'll find me at Darcy Smith Voice, or whether it's on LinkedIn, on Twitter, or Instagram. That's where I'll tend to post workshops that I'm doing that are coming up, or if people are looking for, if you've got an audition, if there's something I can help you with and help you to create a creature voice or get you ready for a video game audition, yeah, just reach out.
And as you have experienced this evening, our lovely audience, he is... Darcy, you're a great teacher. You're gifted, and you're so gentle with people. It's really, well, because you're an actor as well, right? So we're sensitive. We're sensitive creatures. So it's
right.
Giving people a place that they can really play and feel safe is so important. And you could really hear it in people's performance. But when they first stepped on stage, it's scary. The heart's beating. It's like, oh my God, what am I doing? And then as the fear starts to drop off, understanding that this is a safe space, the performance really starts to flesh itself out.
Yeah, and I love that, the voice can do, the human voice can do so many different things.
Right.
It just keeps me inspired, what people come up with. It's very cool.
Very, very cool.
Darcy, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you to everyone who came up on stage to perform and for taking the direction and going and trusting and, being so giving with your voice. And as far as I could tell, nobody got hurt. Everybody took good care of their instruments tonight, and we got some good tips. We really appreciate it, Darcy. Hopefully we can have you back sometime. Maybe not necessarily to do creatures. Maybe we'll do something else. We'll do some silly voice dialects or something. I don't know. Sounds like we could have fun again. Yeah, that would be awesome to have you back. Emma, tell us what's coming up. What's next?
So next week, now just keep in mind, I went a little bit bonkers for 2022, so I was like, guess every week. So for next year, I'm going to try to spread this out a little bit more, so we have a very even, balanced voiceover roundtable. We've got community Q&As, and we have guest speakers, and we have the casting directors and coaches where you have the ability to come up and perform and get feedback. Next week, we will have a special guest, and we have Deborah Sperling on the stage with us next week. Deborah has been mainly in promo for about 27 years, which, especially as a woman, is really, really rare to be a promo voice. And she has been a promo voice of multiple networks. And so we have her coming on to talk about her journey, to talk about promo, to talk about, just the changes in the industry over time. Yeah, and I'm excited about that. She's lovely. She's very fun. She's very entertaining. She's very engaging. So,
and a wealth of experience, like
oh my God,
huge wealth of experience. And we're probably going to next week probably won't be like a performance and critique and stuff like that. We're going to lean more into just some Q&A and stuff like that, and leaning into her story, because there's so much to it, and we can all glean a lot from what she has to offer. So it's going to be fun next week. After that, are we on a break for a little while, Emma?
We are on a little break. January 10th is our first night back. So we're going to take a break for the holidays. Yeah. But we will be back January 10th. We are definitely back. That is going to be a community via round table with Q&A. And I've already spoken to a couple of people that we've never had on Clubhouse as part of the round table, who are just with actors with a ridiculous experience. It'd be really cool to get their perspective and their input.
Yeah. And I think to start out the year, maybe we'll be talking about, goal setting and different things like that. That's typically something we like to do at the beginning of the year. Again, I said it at the top of the show. I want to say a big thank you to all of our supporters who have been coming week after week, encouraging people they know to come, sharing on their socials. If you're new to the Voiceover Roundtable, make sure you click on the little house and join so that you'll be notified of our future events and stuff like that. And when you see the posts, we always post on our different social feeds, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Instagram, pretty much all of them. Just keep an eye out, and we're always going to give you a little heads up. When we do have special events that you need to sign up for in advance, you'll get plenty of notice. So don't email Emma today. But this has been awesome. Again, a big thank you to Darcy Smith, our special guest tonight. Thanks so much for being with us, Darcy.
My pleasure. Thank you all.
Have a great night.
Have a great night, everyone. Be safe. We'll hear you next week, 7:30 p.m. Tuesday, the Voiceover Roundtable, and we'll leave you with a little creepy creature kind of vibe.
Absolutely.